There are many footballers who are misunderstood, not because they're bad players, but because they're different. They don't fit into the usual footballer stereotype. They're not loud in the dressing room, they're not funny in interviews, and they prefer to keep their private lives hidden. Perhaps the best example of this is Lionel Messi. There was a time when many thought he was autistic, simply because he was quiet, withdrawn, and sometimes acted awkwardly in front of the cameras. Meanwhile, on the pitch, he was making history. The main character of today's video was also misunderstood for a long time. Cole Palmer has been called dumb, disinterested, and lazy, labels that stuck to him since childhood. People said he didn't even care about football. In interviews, he seemed arrogant, his body language closed off, often giving the impression that he looked down on others.
You talk us through your 2 assists and how they changed the game.
Yeah, I was just sick of getting the ball and going backwards and sideways, so I thought when I next get the ball, I'm just gonna go, and yeah, it worked.
How does tonight?
Which one? The first one, I just remember there's a bit of space, so I was chopping and changing, and I seen Enzo running, and yeah, put it over the top.
And the second one?
Same again. I seen Jackson as well across.
Yeah, so I just, I don't know, decided to do a stroke. I don't know why, I just did it.
Compare working with Pep Guardiola to working with Mauricio Pochettino?
Don't know. Next question.
And have you allowed yourself to, I know you've had success at age group level, but have you allowed yourself to think about what it could be like to wear the senior shirt for the first time? Because I would imagine when you're in the garden breaking all your mum's plant pots, that's the type of thing that you'd have been thinking about.
Not really, to be honest.
At the academy, they didn't know what to make of his behavior, and that almost ended his career. Today, however, most analysts highlight one thing about him: his football intelligence. Cole Palmer is now considered one of the most promising footballers in the Premier League. In this video, we'll show his rise, and how the very trait that almost got him released became his greatest strength. Cole Palmer was born on May 6, 2002 in Manchester into a middle-class family. He fell in love with football at a very young age, mainly thanks to his father, who played in amateur leagues. Cole often sat on the sidelines watching him play. His childhood idol was Wayne Rooney, and his dream was to one day play for Manchester United. But at the age of 8, he faced a huge decision. 2 clubs called Manchester United, offering only a trial, and Manchester City, which offered a real contract. Surprisingly, Palmer didn't choose his dream. He chose the safer future. That's how a special but bumpy journey began. At City's academy, he developed quickly at first, but by the age of 16, his progress stalled. For 2 seasons, he showed little improvement and was physically behind his peers. While others were enthusiastic and hardworking, he seemed withdrawn, as if he didn't really care about his future. He was great with the ball, but off the pitch, he lacked commitment. Manchester City decided to release him, but then Jason Wilcox, the academy director, stepped in and stopped it. He saw that Palmer's uniqueness came from his personality. He doesn't talk much, he doesn't dominate physically, but he makes decisions that require courage, calmness, and instinct. Decisions that can win matches. However, to stay, Palmer had to change. He realized that talent alone wasn't enough. Success had to be earned through hard work. Luckily, within a year, he grew from 170 centimeters to 188, and at the same time, his game improved dramatically. Thanks to his new mindset, he became captain of the U18 team and led them to a league title. The following season, he began training with the first team, but playing time didn't come. Even though he contributed to 19 goals in just 12 matches with the U23s, Guardiola only gave him 1 League Cup game and 8 minutes in the Champions League. In 2023, he won the U21 European Championship, but City still signed a new player in his position. That's when Palmer decided he wouldn't wait any longer, and for £40 million, he signed for Chelsea. Many doubted him. They thought, if City didn't need him, why would Chelsea? And as he received more media attention, criticism grew even louder. Because of his calm, distant style and short answers in interviews, people again called him dumb. But Palmer responded not with words, but with performances. The goals, assists, and match-winning moments started coming right from the first months. Even though Chelsea had a poor start to the season, Palmer stood out from the team. At first, many called him a bad signing. A few months later, he became their best player. Then came the moment that changed everything. Chelsea faced Manchester City. In the 95th minute, a penalty was awarded to Chelsea. Palmer stepped up and told everyone that he would take it. His legs didn't shake. He scored, then walked calmly to the cameras, spreading his arms wide as if to send a message to his former club. After the match, he was asked if he'd been nervous before the penalty. His answer was simple: not really. That was the moment when the nickname Cold Palmer was born. The guy who simply doesn't get nervous, who takes penalties with ice in his veins like it's just training. And when he showed his now iconic celebration, folded arms as if he were cold, the new character was complete. No one called him dumb anymore. Now they called him a cold-blooded genius. But where does this calm confidence come from? Unbelievably, this is Palmer with his grandfather in the picture. Few people know that his family comes from the Caribbean islands of St. Kitts. His grandfather moved to England at the age of 6 with his parents. To this day, Cole wears the flag of St. Kitts on his boots, and if there's one thing the people from those islands are known for, it's their relaxed attitude and inner peace. Maybe that's what Palmer inherited too. From then on, there was no stopping him. 33 goal contributions in 33 matches, 4 goals in one half against Everton, one of the best debut seasons in Chelsea's history. Only Haaland managed to finish ahead of him on the scoring charts. He was named Chelsea's Player of the Year, and he won the Premier League Young Player of the Season award. And finally, he received a call-up to the senior national team. At the European Championship, he barely got playing time, but whenever he did, he changed the game. In the semi-final, he recorded 1 goal and 1 assist. In the final, with just 4 touches, he equalized against Spain. England eventually lost, but Palmer proved he belonged in the team. With Chelsea, he went on to win the FIFA Club World Cup and was named Player of the Tournament. Cole Palmer isn't a man of many words. He doesn't seek the spotlight. And yes, he's not the best at interviews either, but on the pitch, he can do things that very few others can.